Hello and welcome to the channel. This is Steel City Knives. Right, we're taking part in an open tag today. This open tag was started by 865 Knives. Brilliant channel. I've been a subscriber since the start. Really funny guy. Brilliant content. And his open tag is Modern Mondays. And believe it or not, I like my modern knives. I've got a bit of a collection. Me being a UK guy, a lot of them are UK legal, and this is one of them. So this is the CRKT Pilar. As we all know, it was a very, very popular knife. And Haynes, this is the Haynes edition. So Haynes are a company over here based in Wales, one of the bigger knife companies over here. And what they do, they collaborate with these big companies to give us a UK legal version of them, and this lent itself very well to being a UK legal, because what they've done, they've turned it into a double detent knife, and with that finger choil just there, nice click it on the lock. But yeah, so it just lends itself really well to being a UK legal with that finger choil, because once, even if you break that double detent, your finger's there, it's never going to close on you. So they initially brought this out about 3 years ago, I believe. And then they brought it out again through popular demand. So this is one of the originals, and I think it's not changed at all in the makeup of it. So we've got G10 scales on this, and it's the 8CR13 MOV blade steel. So that blade steel gets a bit of a bad reputation, but I've been doing a bit of research because I was going to do this video, and a brilliant video that I watched is from Rasputin's Castle. Michael over there did a brilliant video on the blade steel, shining a bit of light on it. It's got a bit of a bad reputation and probably a bit of a bad stigma around it, but he shines a brilliant light on it and shows you sort of the benefits of it and all the rest of it. So it is a budget steel. People refer to it as a budget steel, but it's a more than capable steel as well, and it's been used for many years, and I personally have got no gripes with it, I'll be honest with you. And this is a budget knife. I think it retails about £35, so it's not a really expensive knife. It's a small knife as well, but it does pack a punch, can get some work done. So it is, we'll go through the dimensions real quickly. It's 9 centimetres. Seeing as it's a UK legal, I'll just do it in our nice metric system. So it's 9 centimetres when it's closed. It's got a blade length of 6 centimetres. That's from here to the tip, giving us an overall of 15 centimetres. It's a thick blade stock. It's 3.8 millimetres, and it's the screws on it are T8 and 2 T6s. We've got this lovely deep pocket clip here, so that's what you'll see. Now, I'm not a big fan of the Haynes red. I really do appreciate companies like Haynes doing these UK legals and doing these collaborations, but I'll be honest with you, Haynes, I hate your red. I'm sorry, but I do. And I'll be honest with you, this is a Jesper Voxnes design. He's a Danish guy. He believes, I mean, he on one of his interviews, he's a big fan of like Danish furniture, Danish design, which is very simple. And he actually said Danish furniture like 50s, 60s style, which I do. I've actually got a chair over there that I love. It's like Daddy's chair, and that is in that sort of era. And I don't think he would like this bright yellow. So, sorry, this bright red colour, a bit garish. But it does, don't get me wrong, I use this as a proper work knife. So if I lose it when I'm out and about or drop it, it's very easy to be seen. It does have its reasoning for this sort of colour, I suppose. But I'll also be honest with you, I'm not a big fan of G10 and FRN and things like that anyway. Don't get me wrong, it's very hard wearing, it's very grippy. It's, you know, very resistant to a lot of things, and it's, you know, it does have its uses for a work knife. But I'm a traditional guy at heart. I like natural materials. So what I've done, I've gone and bought myself some, because I love this knife and I love the design, everything about it. But I want to sort of make it my own. And this is a brilliant company that I've just sort of found recently, VP Creations. And they are a small business over here. It's only one guy. And he specialises in scales for UK legal knives, and I went for one of his cheaper ones, but as you can see, absolutely stunning. So what we got here, we've got spalted maple mill finish. So he will sort of coat them for you. But this is going to be a part 2. So part 2, I'm going to talk a bit about this company, and I'm going to add these onto this and give it a bit of a new lease of life and make it a bit more my own, because I absolutely love this knife. And it's served me well. It really has. I'm a bit of a DIYer. I've got a trade for a living. I'm a bit of a gardener. And this is just brilliant for those things. Because it's got this open construction, it's a double D10. It's really easy, if you're doing anything dirty or anything like that, just to wash it out. And being the blade steel that it is, it's highly stainless. So, but yeah, it's a really good design for things like that, and a really good work knife, to be fair. Like I say, it's only £35, so for what you're getting, he's such a cool designer as well. I'm not one of these that go after and sort of do a bit of research on designers, but obviously doing this video, I did look into Jesper Voxnes. And like I say, he's worked with companies like Boca, Fox, Giant Mouse, Viper, MKM and Spyderco. So that just speaks volumes. And this was such a popular, well thought out design, and it sold so many, so much so there's a whole family now, isn't there, of Pilar? So there's loads of different iterations of it, but this is the original. So, and rightly so, it's such a good knife, it really is. And I'm glad I've got it in the collection. I will never get rid of this thing, never. The ergos on it are insane. It really is it's like an extension of your hand. And for such a small, it's not taking up much real estate in your pocket. I love the blade shape. He named it the Pilar after Ernest Hemingway's boat. I don't know what. I think what he was going. One of the interviews, he wanted it as like a bit of a sailor's shape of knife, where it's not really got much of a point. I mean, you can use that for those sort of tasks, but it's not a bit of a. It's a very non-threatening blade shape, isn't it? He talks about mutiny and snapping the blades off on ships and things like that. So it's kind of part of his inspiration, I suppose. They've also, people refer to it as sort of a modified sort of sheep or lamb's foot. But yeah, it's a very useful blade shape, and like I say, non-threatening. I've seen a lot of people alter the pivot so they can flick it out. I've not altered it to that point. I just roll it out using that. But yeah, one hand open, one hand close. It's just a useful, really good workhorse. He's one of the chief designers now, isn't he? A Giant Mouse, and I know there's a lot of there's one. I'm trying to think of the design, but it's very similar to this from Giant Mouse. But this is the budget version of it. Especially at only £35. But looking forward to doing that other video and showing you a bit about that company, and obviously getting to those scales on it. Should we offer them up and see what it's going to look like? Let's have a look. It just makes it more your own, doesn't it? Oh, that's going to look, yeah, nice. Very nice. Yeah, looking forward to whacking them on, definitely. But yeah, I need to give them some sort of coat. I might give them a bit of Danish oil, seeing as it's Danish design. But yeah, I love this thing. I really do. I'm really glad I got it in the collection. Just a really good. And thank you, Haynes, for doing it. Like I say, they have done a lot of collaborations, made a lot of knives UK legal, and I hope they carry on in the future, definitely. So, right, thanks all for watching. Just a bit of a quick one from me. Thank you for 865 Knives for the open tag. I love getting involved in open tags, and like I say, I like my modern knives, so hopefully this won't be my last one, mate. So yeah, cheers. Thanks all for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.